Joe, what do you got coming up for us?
So, and that was okay. That was a good.
It was
the
good.
thing that Alan was talking about. Yeah, is a hot subject nowadays, and I was actually really interested in hearing the rest of that. So it was good, but I didn't really get skipped over. It was more sacrifices.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, this is
there
good.
you go.
You laid down for the cause.
But yeah, and what I was going to talk about anyway, and I'm still working on this article, but talking about essentially tyranny, the Second Amendment, and government by consent, and what I'm talking about is, in our country, the way it's supposed to be is we have government by consent of the people. In other words, we choose these people to represent us. We send them to Sacramento. We send them to Washington. And then we consent to be governed by them, and we consent to follow their rules. And the question that I'm going to deal with in the article is it still government by consent if the people no longer have the ability to say no? So in other words, am I still giving consent if that's my only choice is to consent? I don't have the ability to say no. And tying the Second Amendment into that, the Second Amendment is essentially the ultimate ability of the people to say no to that. So that was going to be the gist, or that will be the gist of the article here. And, just looking at what's going on, say, in Canada right now with the, you have the truckers' protest and then the extreme response from the Trudeau government. And that's really pretty extreme what they're doing. It's essentially declaring martial law up there. Their rules are a little bit different. Their government's a little bit different than what we have down here. But essentially, when you're talking about going after, and those are really peaceful protesters. Those aren't mostly peaceful protesters like the BLM guys and the Antifa people.
They're actual peaceful protesters.
Yes, but then if you've seen some of the video coming out of there, I don't know if you saw the elderly woman get in the walker get trampled by the horses, by the police.
Yeah, but they said somebody threw a bicycle at the horse.
Oh yeah, that's.
I didn't see that, but they said.
And again, no, I just watched it a little while ago, and it's like, okay, is that really the response? I mean, these people really aren't. They're protesting. Finally, after 2 years of having their rights just completely trashed, like you've seen all over the world, really. It's not just here.
I think it's cool. It's like an old 70s or early 80s movie, where the truckers take over and they're all fed up, and you have some weird government bad guy, in this case played by Trudeau or whatever his name is.
Yeah, well, and then the scarier part, though, is when you start seizing funds, when you start telling people that, okay, if you support these people, we're going to freeze your bank accounts. We're going to zero it out.
Scary.
And we're going to euthanize your dogs if you have them in the truck.
Well, and again, we're not that far away from that kind of stuff here. So anyway, that'll be the gist of the article here eventually the next couple of days on our site and on the getagrip.substack.com site.
All right, folks.
Thanks for watching this clip